Hey everybody, Aaron here, and this is something I haven't done in a while. Surprise attack review. And today's surprise attack review is of Love, Election, and Chocolate. That's a weird title, by the way. I still think that's a weird title. But here's the thing: if you were to right now go to Google and type in Love, Election, Chocolate, you're gonna get two probably results. You're gonna get one being Wikipedia, of course, and then you're gonna get also the visual novel database because that's what this is based off of. Now, both of them have the genre as harem, but I want to be honest with you guys. I don't think this is harem. I think this is more a kind of romance drama story. And now let me explain the story and let me also review the show. So the main concept of Love, Election, Chocolate is that our cast of characters belong to the Food Research Club. And what they do is they kind of just chill out, they just hang out with one another, make jokes, have fun, and they eat food. They eat snacks and different various foods and make stuff here and there, but they don't really contribute anything to a school per se in a club, club way. And if you've ever been to a club in like high school or college, one of the things that kind of the high schools or colleges kind of frown upon is clubs that don't have any contribution per se to the actual school because it does cost resources to actually fund a club. It doesn't matter what club. It takes money, either to be open or to give them the room or services, etc., etc. But that's just keep that in mind because that's going to be one of the main premises of the show. So what happens very early on is that there's going to be a new student council president that's going to run for president of the school, and lo and behold, she wants to remove any club that's wasting money. And if you haven't put two to two together yet, guess what? Our club, that the Food Research Club, is forefront to be disbanded completely, to get completely dissolved. And so what happens is our main character Yuki, who is actually the male protagonist of the game, that's the character you be playing as, actually now has to run as president to kind of stop her. He wants to keep all the other clubs alive, and he wants to keep, of course, his club alive. Now, what's very funny about the show is the reason why I call it a drama is not per se for that reason, for the political aspect, but because the darker stuff that happens to the show is very Shuffle-esque. And what I mean by that is, if you remember a Shuffle anime review, or if you've ever seen Shuffle, the anime itself had some very weird mixtures. It had a lot of humor, and it had some very big drama moments where it had characters revealing weird backstories and stuff like that. Love, Election, Chocolate reminds me of Shuffle in many ways without the harem aspect, where a lot of the characters have very dark background stories. For example, Chisato, who's the girl with the pigtails in the center of the picture, her backstory is that her brother died when she was very young because, lo and behold, she didn't want a piece of chocolate and refused to buy it for the kid, so he ran out and got hit by a car. Now, what this leads to and ensues is Chisato is kind of traumatized by that. She doesn't eat chocolate. She refuses to eat chocolate. And what happens further is that Yuki kind of is protecting her. He's trying to keep her safe and stuff like that. But that's just one of the concepts, one of the drama aspects that's like really dark. And there's a lot of other drama aspects. A lot of the characters you see on screen have various backstories that are depressing. They're very odd and depressing, but they're all very good. Don't get me wrong. This show is actually, I think, a hidden gem amongst anime right now because honestly, there's nothing I didn't like about the show. I love the characters. I love their kind of dark, kind of weird cast of characters that they have and personas they have. I love the overall story. I think the mixture of humor and kind of serious tones was perfect. I only thing I probably didn't like about the show personally, and it was just the weird. It's not really a big deal, but I think the way the school is run sometimes is almost like a country. Like, I mean, I kid you not, some of the stuff they're gonna go into the show is very odd. And like I think I don't know if I said it in this take or not, but I'll repeat it. Being that I was in high school, of course, in college, I've seen student council presidents run, and it wasn't anything as grandiose as what you see here. It's very odd to me. I might have said that already. I apologize if I didn't, because I forgot if I said that in this take or not. But honestly, it's really just it's weird. It's very strange and bizarre, but it's not a big deal. It's actually still works for the show's favor. What you get with the cast of characters. The only reason I could see it being labeled as a harem is because there are three girls that like the main character. But I'll be honest with you, they never really go after him per se in the way that you would see a harem. They don't attack him aggressively. They don't try to show constantly that they're in love with them per se. One of the characters, there's actually four girls that love him, but I'm not going to count one of them because she is the obvious, not going to ever fall in love with them character because of the reasons that, I want to say, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to spoil it, but it's just kind of obvious that she's not going to actually fall in love with them. And then you have the other three who Chisato is gonna be the main cast, main character's per se biggest love interest, and then there's gonna be one other character that will show up eventually and might show up right away, but that'll be their second main focal point. But it'll never be a harem anime. I don't want. I want to say that because I mean, then technically you label any romance story as a harem, and that's not cool. I don't want to do that. But overall, love Election Chocolate. There's not much to say about it without spoiling it, so I'm trying to avoid that. But honestly, everything about the show is pretty cool. The graphics are very nice. I think the animation is very solid. The cast of characters isn't per se anything unique. It's stuff you've seen before. The girl with the pigtails. The kind of character plot lines they have sometimes a little bit on the nose of, oh, here's exactly how the trope would go. So you have the girl who's the tsundere character. You have the girl who's quiet but really has a secret past. You have those characters, and that's probably one of the weaknesses going against the show. But otherwise, the show is awesome. It ends on a perfect note. I think it ends despite being only 12 episodes plus an OVA, it ends on a good note that I actually was okay with the ending. I loved it. I thought it did everything an ending should do, and it's rare. That's rare for especially a 12 episode thing to end like that. But overall, I really love the show. If I had to review it A through F, I have to give it a solid B plus. I think the show was phenomenal. I really do. I think you guys, if you love drama and romance stories, definitely check this out. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. Helps me out a lot. And until our paths cross again in the next review, have a good one, everyone. Bye.